Simultaneous equation means you should know what is a simultaneous equation. There are two variables. If you have more than a variable, number of variables to solve to get the answer, you should have number of equations. Oh. So for here, we are having a simultaneous equation. For an example, I'll take like this: 2x plus 3y equals to 13, x minus 3y, it is equals to 2. Okay, these are the two simultaneous equation we are having. We are going to solve these two simultaneous equation to find x and y variables value separately. You have to find x variable and y variable separately. The major thing here what we need to do is, by having both of them we cannot find any of them either. So that's why what you need to do is, first of all you have to terminate one variable from these two equations to find the answer for other variable. Thereafter, by substituting that one in any of these equations, we can find the answer. Okay, if I explain like that, you cannot understand. So let's apply this. First of all, I will mark this equation as the first one, this equation as the second one. Before starting to do anything for these two, you have to do an analysis. X and Y. I'll make X and Y here. Just draw a small table. This is not needed in your exam. For our clarification, we are writing this table. What are the coefficients of X and Y? Just make them into a table. First, coefficient of X with direction you need to indicate positive 2. First, the coefficient of X in the first equation, that is 2. Coefficient of Y in the first equation, that is plus 3. Now let's come to the second equation. Coefficient of x, it would be positive 1. Not only 1, it should be positive 1. And coefficient of y in the second equation, negative 3. Now we have two options. Look at these two. When we add these two equations, we cannot what is our ultimate goal? We need to terminate one variable to find other one's answer. By substituting that one, you can find the terminated one's value. So look at these two equations. From these two, we have created a table. Look at this table. When we add these two equations, when we add first and second equation, what will happen? So what will happen in future? That's why we are predicting here. 1 plus 2, it will become 3. Think about here. Positive 3 and negative 3 will become 0. That means when we add the first equation with second equation, x still exists. X will become 3x. But y, that is having opposite direction. So that will be terminated from the equation. Think about it. So you have two options: adding or subtracting. To determine that only, we have created the table to predict what will happen if we add these two equations. While adding, if a variable is terminated, we can use the addition method. So that's why I just added. So in addition, 2 plus 1 became 3, positive 3 and negative 3 became 0. No? So y variable was terminated from here. So here we got the conclusion. We need to add these two equations. So I'm going to add first equation with second equation. First equation should be added with second equation to terminate y variable to find the answer for x. So 2x plus 3y, definitely use brackets while you are doing the addition or subtraction. It should be added with x plus minus 3y. In right hand side also we have the numericals. 13 should be added with number 2. 13 plus 2. Now let's expand with this bracket. 2x plus 3y. With positive, you should expand this bracket. Positive times of 1x is positive x. Positive times of negative 3y, it would be negative 3y. That is equals to 15. Now look at here. The positive 3y and negative 3y will be terminated. That will become 0. The remainder would be 2x plus x, 3x equals to 15. 3x 15. So x would be 15 divided by 3. It is 5. X should be equals to 5. And thereafter, by substituting this particular x value in any of these two equations, you can find the answer for y. I will substitute in the first equation. X is equals to 5 substituted in first equation. So that means 2 times of 5 plus 3y, that is equals to 13. So 3y would be equals to 13 minus 2 times of 5, it is 10. If 3y equals to 3, y should be equals to 1. If 3y equals to 3, y will be equal to 1. So we got the solutions for x and y separately. X is equals to 5 and y is equals to 1. I'll recall the question from the beginning once more. What we have to do, we cannot find both of these variables simultaneously. That's why it is called as simultaneous equation. We cannot find them simultaneously. So you have to terminate one variable from the equation to find other one by substituting the found. You have found this one. By substituting this one in any of these equation, you can find the answer for y. That's what we did. We have created a small table for our reference, whether we need to add these two equations or subtract. So just I added and got the conclusion that while we add these two equations, y positive 3 and negative 3, that will be terminated, it will become 0. That's what we are expecting here as well, the termination of one variable. So after termination we got x as 5. Then after I substituted x as 5 in the first equation and got the value for y as 1. So x is 5, y is 1 in 5. This is our second example. Okay, let's have a look into it. Look at the coefficients. The coefficients of n are same. So we have to operate with n. We are going to terminate the n to find the m. So let's check whether we need to add these two equations or subtract these two equations. That is the major concerning factor. So similarly, you have to make a small table. For our reference only, we are creating this table. No any syllabus to create like this. For our reference, we are creating to check whether we need to add these two equations or subtract these two equations. Look at them. In the first case, the coefficient of m, that is positive 7, coefficient of n negative 6. In the second equation, coefficient of m, that is positive 5, coefficient of n, that is negative 6. Okay. Usually we are trained to do the addition first. So let's check with the addition first. So when we add these two equations, the coefficients will be added with each other. 7 plus 5, it would be 12, positive 12. Look at this. While we add these two, both should be added. It will become negative 12. These negative positive 12m, negative 12m. When we add these two equations, this would be the result. So while adding these two equations, we cannot terminate any of these existing variables. M and n are there. While adding, we cannot terminate any of these variables. No, look at this, positive 12m and negative 12m will come after addition. So we cannot terminate these two because it has the variable of m, it has n. So we cannot do the addition between these two. So if addition is not possible, what is the remainder? We need to do the subtraction. So from the first equation, you need to do the subtraction of second equation. We need to subtract second equation from the first one. Check addition. If addition is suitable, you can apply the addition. If addition is not suitable to terminate any of these variables, you can use the subtraction method. As simple as that. And first equation is 7m minus 6n. I told you definitely indicate them inside the bracket. Minus 5m minus 6n. It is equals to, in right hand side also definitely you have to do the subtraction. 64 minus 44. Now let's expand this bracket. 7m minus 6n, it doesn't change. But while you expand the bracket with negative, the directions will be changed to its opposite. Negative times 5m, it would be negative 5m. Negative times negative 6n. Negative into negative, positive 6 n. 64 minus 44, it is 20. It is 20. Now look at here. Negative 6n, positive 6n will be terminated. What is the remaining after here? 7m minus 5m, it will become 2m. 2m equals to 20. So m should be equals to 20 divided by 2. It is 10. It should be 20. Simple. The addition between these two equations, that is not suitable. So we did subtraction, terminated n variables to find m. And after that, you need to do the substitution. M is 10. I will do the substitution. M is 10. It will be, you have to write m equals to 10 substituted to the equation. Which one? Let's use equation 1. So 7 times of 10 minus 6n equals to 64. Look at this. It has a negative direction. Keep it clearly. Negative 6n equals to 64 minus 7 times 10, 70. So thereafter you will have negative 6n. It should be equals to 64 minus 70. It is negative 6. So finally n is negative 6 divided by another negative 6. It will give you n as 1. Just a positive 1. So overall solutions for the m and n respectively, m is 10, n would be 1. That's all. The first make a reference table. From that to determine whether addition or subtraction, which one is the suitable one. After that you have to do that particular operation and terminate particular variable to find other one. Thereafter substitution, you can find the terminated variable's value as well.